3, 2, 1. Hello, and welcome to another episode of our Curse of Strahd Aviendahl campaign. I am Xanny, the Storm Meeple. You can call me Xanny, and I'm the Dungeon Master for this group of intrepid adventurers. Joining me tonight, I have I've only got a few players. You know, it's near Christmas, and that's understandable. But we're going to keep going with the campaign, have a little bit of fun, and see how far we can get in the next couple of hours. I'd like to introduce the two players who'll be joining me tonight. So first of all, we have Nick.
Hello, everybody. Nick Kamen, playing ZARRIEL, a divine soul sorcerer, or at least up till recently. Looking forward to have a wonderful time with wonderful DM and players.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Nick. And of course, we also have Luea.
Hello, I am Luea. I play KENARI. She is our Dragonborn Ranger who is still addicted to pastries and got into a fight with her party member last time over them.
Yes, we did. That was quite amusing, actually. So we have a few, just to say a quick shout out to. Oh, can I have the list, please?
It's at the end.
Oh, it's at the end. Oh, I forgot. We're doing it at the end now. That's right. You've conditioned me. You conditioned me to go. Wait a minute! I must stop the game before I have to say these things. But we do. Yeah, I do. I will give the thanks and everything at the end. So in our last session, we didn't actually do an awful lot. We managed to get the drunken Ismark to his home. And we also managed to you also managed to sort of speak with Arena. You stayed overnight in the mansion, the Burgermeister's mansion. Woke up in the morning, had your breakfast, and a couple of things happened while you were sleeping. What happened for you? Can you just recount that?
Well, ZARRIEL tried to coming back into the house. ZARRIEL tried to find a suitable silvered weapon, as he recalled finding one, but he was not able to. Then he went upwards, got a dagger, tried to concentrate on that. Immediately stupid into sleep, and a disembodied voice embraced his courage, or at least said a couple of nice things to him and made him aware that he is now serving a god. At least that's what he presumes.
And you also got a nice weapon out of it, didn't you?
Yes, the dagger that he was trying to concentrate so thoroughly on turned into a beautiful blade whose part of was a little missing, indicating that it might be later on. That's what I'm looking forward to today.
Also, well, we've already kind of briefly mentioned it, but what happened to KENARI? Can you tell us, Luea?
KENARI, after finally finding a place to tuck down with her goat companion Daisy, had a really hard time sleeping. Was it Daisy's horn jabbing into her side? Possibly, but it also doesn't help that she saw a creepy red-eyed person outside the window, and for anybody who's ever been greeted by their paralysis demon, I'm sure you can attest what that felt like.
Yes, and woke up craving pastries, which led you being in a very bad mood and getting into a sort of almost like a chase around the village, trying to find the old woman that supplied them to you last time.
Oh yeah.
And Timus, who is not with us today, just Bob can't join us aboard. He's not feeling very well. And so Timus also had a bit of a problem. He felt like he was losing part of himself. He was slowly being consumed by a darkness that was surrounding him within his dreams, and pulling off pieces of him and trying to basically get to the core of who he was. And then he woke up with. Luckily, he did manage to get past his craving for pastries, unlike a certain Dragonborn ranger. And then afterwards, you basically spent the rest of the game running around the town trying to find this old lady who supplied you with the pastries the last time. You did manage to find her. She had been wandering around town and sort of standing up pastries to people. You sort of found her again. Morgantha, she spoke. Her name is Morgantha, just as a reminder. You spoke to her, and she did sell you 2 pastries, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And did also remind you to come and visit her and her sisters. Also challenged Timus to a cookery competition, which will be interesting to do at some point. We're going to do a very anime sort of Food Wars style thing for that. Fun. Okay. Oh, Cardic inspiration. I've done it. They've already got cards. We didn't use them last time, so. Oh, to explain what Cardic inspiration is. Okay, I apologize. If you're not a viewer of our stream, we use a system called Cardic inspiration. During the system, I give each of the players a card. They can use this in order to boost their ability scores, attack rolls, things like that. That's perfectly fine. The only problem is I also get Cardic Inspiration, and I can use this at any point in time to boost an enemy who might be flagging. However, this is not all down to me. This is down to you, the viewers, and if any of you are watching, you can at any time tell me to use the Cardic Inspiration, and I will use it again. Our intrepid explorers. That way, no one can accuse me of unfairness and trying to save my beloved minions. We also use 2 other rules in the game. We use 3 rules actually. We use healing potion. We make it's a full action to use on someone else. We also use the massive damage rules as well as the crippling injuries because it's Strahd and we've got to have a bit of blood and guts and going on. Although, so far, my intrepid adventurers have blasted their way through pretty much every obstacle that I've put in their path. Okay, so you're currently standing. Several buildings down from where you were meeting with Morgantha. You're back on like the main highway again. So if we're sort of talking about where you are in the town, you're sort of you were sort of here to begin with, and now you're sort of back down here. Timus is with you. He's sort of floating around on his little carpet. You've also got Perrin, who was chased after. Oh no, Perrin. Did Perrin stay behind? No, he came with you. That's right, he came with you. And he's sort of standing around next to ZARRIEL at the moment. Perrin is being controlled by you at the moment. Is that right, ZARRIEL, during combat?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm on the main map currently, so
yes. So your characters are currently here in town. Can you see where I'm pinging? Yes. Okay. So Ismark and Arena, they've gone to perform this ritual for their father's burial, for the old Burgermeister's burial. They are expecting you back at the house soon, so that you can. They will be back relatively soon. So if you wish to go back to the house at any point, you can discuss your plans and where you're going from henceforth. Other than that, is there anything else you wish to do with the town?
Question to the DM: where is William?
William, of course. William, when you woke up, he'd actually gone with them, along with Charon, to sort of help perform the ritual with Father Donovich.
Did KENARI go off back to the house? Because that's what I remember last happening.
I don't remember. Did you go back last time, Luea? So back to the house?
She stormed off after ZARRIEL was trying to get her not to eat pastries, but did not.
Yeah, she made her way back to the house. She essentially did her errand, but we're also walking in the middle of a thunderstorm, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so KENARI, you're storming back towards the house. People are getting out of your way. The previous crowd who sort of surrounded ZARRIEL earlier when he healed the young one, see you coming and very wisely remove themselves from your path. You pass by all the several rundown houses. You notice that there's a lack of undead faces staring at you from the windows. You think quite recently when you dealt with that torrent of zombies that attacked you yesterday. So you don't encounter any sort of undead obstacles on your way back towards the Burgermeister's mansion. As for ZARRIEL, what are you doing? Are you following along after them? Because Timus and Erin will follow your lead in this.
ZARRIEL turns to both Timus and Piran. There's something I gave William that I would like to get back. You go back to the house, and with KENARI, I'll make sure that I'm fast. And he goes towards the cemetery.
Timus puts his little hand in the air. Fast, I'll go back to the house now, and Perrin will accomplish me. Maybe I'll get into the kitchen and try and make something tasty for us. Sort of starts floating back towards town. Perrin gives you a little wave. Right, see you back at the house, and starts walking back towards the Burgermeister's mansion. You head up towards the church. Where is that the church? You want to go to the church of the morning?
Yeah, I want to go to the church. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So you'll be sort of heading up to the church. As you move, you kind of, as you walk through town, you kind of hear whispers. Some people are looking at you blankly, as per usual. These people are normally. You've noticed it's quite a strange affliction. Some people in this town seem to be very apathetic towards everything going on around them. The bartender last night was a good example of that. Seemed to be very almost uncaring as to the situation that they're in. Some others, however, sort of go past. This is not a very large town as things go, and news travels fast. You hear things like "in touch," "fun," as you sort of go past. Did you hear that, by the way?
Mhm.
By whispering.
No.
Yeah. So
No.
as you sort of. No, sorry. So so basically they go. So in touch. He was Mimirna's boy. I heard about it. It's by the Morning Lord. The sun, the rays of the sun come from his fingertips. As you sort of like pass down towards the church. And no, I'm not starting a cult. I can see Kitten laughing in the background. I'm not starting a cult of ZARRIEL.
The moment, because he has unlocked with messing with people, the moment he feels that the most possible attention he would get out of this small town would be on him, he would cast invisibility and keep going.
You're casting invisibility.
The single moment that most people can see him and see where he is and are staring or talking behind him, but his back, as much as attention he has gathered. The moment he feels he has the most he can, he's going to turn invisible and continue on his way.
Okay, so as you sort of turn invisible in here, light, he disappeared. Basically.
The spell takes the form of he puts his hand in the center of his torso, and a small golden rune appears as his whole flame is quickly taken over by what appears to be golden flame, who just looks like burns from the bottom of his feet, top of his torso in a flash.
Okay, so the searing flash that you get, some people like sort of step back, others sort of like again like power of a light. You know, they're not superstitious because they know what magic is, but holy magic is not overly common in this time. But you have definitely caught the interest of a number of individuals.
You may not be starting a code but ZARRIEL is. So when he gets to William, okay. So when he gets to William, how are they in the graveyard? Where are they?
So
Where does
sorry, let me just quickly put us into the church of the morning.
I don't mind you on the map.
Okay, so we're currently on the church of the morning. So KENARI, so Charon is currently here. Sorry, next to Donovich. They're currently sort of back in the church at the moment. You can see that Ismark is speaking with Father Donovich. Irina is sort of sitting down to the side, head bowed low. So she would be about here. So she's sort of like sitting on one of the least broken pews, just like head in her hands. And you've got. Oh, I don't think I've got William anymore. Maybe he's archived. Let me. Okay, so I'm just for the moment, I'm going to say William is currently sort of standing in conversation with Charon next to him.
At the bottom of the map.
Is he down there? Oh, good. I can use his picture. Great. So he's here.
So ZARRIEL going in would walk to his side and put his hand on his shoulder and still visible. That lasts for an hour.
And so he sort of like spins around and looks around. He can't see you. But his sentinel shield probably would have alerted, at least giving him a hint. He doesn't know where you are, but he would have sort of like started to turn and look around as he sort of felt your presence enter the room. He sort of spins around and feels your touch and hears your voice, and he's sort of, ZARRIEL, you startled me. Where are you?
I'm here. And he drops the spell. Due to recent circumstances, I would like to get that diamond that I had given you. If you may be able to give it back to me.
Oh, of course. I don't see a problem with that. I won't be needing it for a while anyway. I'm sure I can pick up something from the local merchant. Here, and he sort of reaches into a pouch and passes it over the diamond to you. He sort of looks over. He looks over at Charon, just standing. Charon gives you a nod, and he says, "It's good to see you, ZARRIEL. Are you remaining for the rest of the service?"
Well, I am. To be completely honest, I've worked with many churches, but this is not my cup of tea. I much prefer the company of the living. He does a slight bow.
Understandable. It's not for everyone.
I'll be taking my leave. And he turns around, walks the door, and starts heading back to the mansion.
So it's an uneventful trip back. I mean, people are sort of like there's a few whispers, there's a few comments, but most people sort of like got it getting out of your way as you move through. You seem to have garnered, if not worship, but you've definitely garnered a hint of respect from some of the villagers, if not sort of stared at you mistrustfully before, seem to be not warmly regarding you, but definitely giving you a bit more respect than they had before. And they're sort of like move out of your way. One or two of them doff their caps to you as you pass by. And no mothers with children run out towards you though. They just you can see some people sort of like looking over at you and sort of at least giving you a friendly wave or nod. Pass by through the town. It doesn't take long for you to head back to arrive back at the Burgomeister's mansion. Probably no more than about 10, 15 minutes maximum to walk through the town. As you left, I'm just going to retract. You left. William says the final part of the service will probably take no more than an hour or so. The others, I will be will speak to you when we arrive, for I have something to share, as does Garon. We will be with you then. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so as you arrive at the Burgermeister's mansion, the guard who has been protecting the door, he sees you return, and he sort of opens the door, looking around suspiciously, looks at you, and he goes, "You've been doing some good in the town. Thank you. I may not have your mighty powers, adventurer, but we all do good where we can, and it's good to see someone blessed with power using it wisely."
ZARRIEL gives him a forced smile. Blessed would be hard to say. I would use the word accursed, but whatever you like. And he walks in the door.
So, KENARI, where did you go when you got back? Did you sort of head back to your room, or did you stay in the living room, or?
KENARI would be over by the fire, probably just doing maintenance on her bow and her arrows and her hand axe, her hand axes, making sure they're in good condition and checking them over for chips and stuff like that.
Okay, all right. So yeah, you do a little bit of you're doing a little bit of maintenance on your stuff. You don't find anything damaging to do. Maybe a small area that needs to be sanded out, and maybe string a new bow to your a new bowstring to your bow. But your equipment's in good condition. This is the first time you're actually looking through your stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
As you're sort of going through all your pouches and your backpack, you hear a sound not unlike that of broken glass.
Okay.
And rummaging through the pack, you see that the portable Wraith Song device that was given to you is looking worse for wear. There are several, it seems like one or two components have come loose. You find several brass, like knobs and things sort of loose in the bottom of your bag. One of the lenses has come out from has actually removed itself from the top of the device and is cracked in two in the base of your backpack. You get the feeling remembered that you were carrying a very delicate piece of equipment in your backpack.
I mean,
walked around.
yeah,
But
no one ever told her it was delicate, but yeah.
At the same time, however, it doesn't seem like it's in too bad state, but it definitely looks like it needs a little bit of maintenance or repair. You don't know, you don't have any crafting skill, do you? Or smith or anything like that?
Let me look. No, I have no crafting.
Okay. The ability to put it together is kind of beyond you. You kind of feel like you need someone who has some sort of skill with building or crafting to repair it. The severity will probably depend upon how skilled the person is in their trade. So you sort of, ZARRIEL, you sort of come in as KENARI sort of hold in like 4 pieces where it was once in one.
Did we do that? Or did it come undone itself?
Is that for me or for KENARI?
ZARRIEL asking KENARI.
Sorry.
Looks like it got roughed up. It's probably fixable, just not by me.
Would you mind if I take a look at it?
You're welcome to it. And she'll hand it over.
He takes it, looks at it, looks around. Would he be able to do anything for it? DM?
Do you have any? What skills do you have? I mean, do you have any crafting skills? tools.
A crafting skill and a uncrafting skill. A thieves tools and jeweler's tools.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I have.
Okay. I mean, you were. I mean, your position before you came to Manather. I mean, you probably would have been aware of what the Wraith Song Network was. Whether you would be cognizant how to make or repair a device. I mean, you probably would have read about it while you were doing your study. Okay, let's do a little. Let's do a little. Let's do an investigation check to see if you can figure out which bits go where first. Okay, yeah. So you very quickly figure out. I mean, your memory sort of must have mapped out a few of the key locations while the device before it was put in the pack. You kind of, through deductive reasoning, sort of realize that this lever must have been here, this must have been there, and I'd like you to do a. Think what's the best course? Oh my god, I don't even have Timus's stats because they're all separate. They're not on. Yay. Okay. I'll just do what I did last time and use him as a. I would say possibly using your thieves tools.
Whoops. Okay.
Use your thieves tools and do a check for me. Thieves tools 50. Yeah, I would say like tinkering around with it and being able to sort of and using sort of the different pins and locks, lock picks that come with your thing. You sort of figure out how to sort of wrench back in different knobs and dials. It doesn't take too long for you to do so. The problem is the cracked lens. Can't repair that.
We're going to need somebody a little more. He takes his jeweler's tools and out. It's a lens. It is. What is it? It's what crystal is it?
I'd say it's a highly polished quartz crystal.
He looks to KENARI. Do you have any bags of gems? I remember that we found one. I think it's on Timus, and he looks around the fire.
Timus is like sitting by the fire, and he's like, I might have some gems put away inside me. Let me have a look inside my inner pockets. Just give me a moment. I'll be right back. Sort of starts looking inside. He comes out and he has several gems. He pulls out of his backpack / dimensional pocket within him. He sort of pulls out and there's a few. Some of them are quite obviously unusable. There's a sort of a bloodstone, a few other items. I don't have what's in his inventory because I don't have Timus's character sheet. But I'm going to say that there is a crystal that could possibly be used as a sort of a white quartz, like clearish.
Yeah,
stone.
we have 7 stones. I remember that. We have.
No, I remember what they were. I just can't remember what they turned out to be.
Yeah, 7 stones, but each one is 50 gold. So is it worth? He stretched it. Zar takes a moment.
Roll a check using your jeweler's tools to see if you can figure out if you could actually do it. Yeah, you feel that you could do it, but you would probably. I mean, you pick out a large sort of stone that seems to be of some sort of quartz, and you look it over, and you think the stone could possibly be useful. You probably would need some time to work on it. Maybe in your downtime, a bit of time to work on it, but you feel with a bit of with a bit of trial and error, a bit of you probably find 2 stones so that you can do some practice on one as well. You feel that you need to look over the previous lens and look at its exact configuration and try and try and measure it out and spend some time with it. It probably take you about 20 hours of work or so to get it in the correct configuration.
He gives all but 2 of the gems back to,
Oh, thank you very much. I'll look after it.
and keeps only the ones that would work for a lens, and then gives the whole machinery back to KENARI. I would think, except the broken lens. I would think, and I'll probably make a duplicate of this with either of these.
Okay, excellent. Jeweler's tools for the win. First time they've been used in any game I've ever played. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, so it's. I mean, I would have said, if you got higher, I would have said it would have taken you a bit less time. But but 20 hours worth of work. Or alternatively, you could keep the lens, and if you go to somewhere else that makes glass, you could possibly look and see if they could help you out there. It's up to you.
Yeah. So.
All right. So go ahead.
Turns to KENARI. Would you are we ready to go in case everybody rest comes? Are you ready to go whenever the rest of the group comes here? I'd like to take off as soon as we can. You're muted.
That would explain why no one was responding.
I'm sorry.
That was my fault. I was like, oh wow, I can see my mic lighting up. I'm gonna mute myself and then forget like a dummy. Okay. She'll go. I am ready to leave whenever they get back.
Okey-dokey.
So,
it won't take long. It's probably about, let's say this sort of by-play and checking over things probably taking about 20 to 30 minutes of your time, plus 50 minutes walking back. So they'll probably be back in about half an hour. It doesn't take too much longer. So you guys want to just wait around for that?
it would not be enough. Did I mention that I certain that this time I did mention that at the start of the day he would take the hour to concentrate on the sword. I remember that at least.
Yes, I mean, I said you could feel the connection to. You feel the connection to the celestial body that empowers you is the same energy.
I was meant in the sense of celestial warrior. I remember asking to use it on the sword.
Oh, you want to make it into your weapon? Yes, you can do that.
Yeah, so that's what he would do if he didn't already do it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably maybe started the process earlier, but the final half an hour of meditation will finalize it. No problem. And if not, we can retroactively.
Thank you.
Just a quick question for KENARI before anything happens. Did you eat a pastry?
No, she has them saved, so she'll
so
probably.
You still have disadvantage in all skill checks until you eat one.
Yep. So she'll probably cut them when she does decide to eat them. She's probably gonna cut them up into quarters and slowly begin a process of self. What's the word I'm looking for? Essentially,
weaning yourself off them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get the feeling this isn't the first time she's had to deal with something like this.
Okay. What I'll do for that then is when you roll every day, I will give you advantage on the roll. Okay, to see if you can get past the cravings.
Okay.
All right. When you do that. However,
Sounds
if
good.
you haven't eaten a pastry in the morning, that will not give you that will have a detrimental. If you eat something a day. Otherwise. the effects get worse. So
Okay.
give you a
So
heads up
she-
on that.
Yeah, she'd essentially cut them up like one of those little cheese wheels you see, like the tiny little ones that have the laughing cow that have like the little slices.
Yeah.
Needed on that kind of a basis.
Okay. All right. So I'll leave that to you. You tell me how much you consume by the end of the day, and I'll see how that will affect your next day's. Okay.
Okay.
If you've eaten something, if you've eaten at least some of it, then I will take away that negative disadvantage with this. Yeah.
Okay. She'll probably cut a little bit and then eat that small little
Okay.
quarter just
Okay.
to start.
All right, so you eat a quarter. You can feel the sort of the lethargy and the sort of the irritableness that was sort of prickling under your skin and making you get everybody to recede. It's still there, but it's far more manageable now. So although you're still feeling a bit twitchy, a bit irritable, a bit upset with the world in general, you feel that you could concentrate more. And sort of the desperate desire to get to the pastry is kind of
Okay.
for now. Okay, so if you're not doing anything else in about 10, 15 minutes, you hear shod feet sort of taking their way up the walkway towards the house. There's a coded knock on the door, and the door is by the guard. Welcome back, Burgermeister. Welcome back, Lady Irina. Your guests are waiting for you in the city. Welcome as well to you both. Please welcome to this hall. And Ismark comes in first. He sort of throws his cape onto a side table, heads directly towards the chair by the fire, and just sort of slumps down in his chair, his drinking chair, as he used to be. And he's just sort of sits there, and for once he's not got anything to drink in his hand. He's just sort of like sitting there looking quiet. Irina also comes in. She was wearing sort of more like noblewoman attire for that day. Still wearing sort of trousers and boots, not big frilly dress, but definitely far more sort of well cut clothing. She sort of comes in as well and sort of starts sort of doing busy work, sort of like walking around, readjusting things randomly around the room, not really doing anything in particular, just trying to keep herself occupied. William and Caron sort of step in as well, and they sort of come on and walk towards you. William looks at you both and sort of nods to you, ZARRIEL, and then over to you, KENARI, and over to Timmerson. We have an announcement. Caron and I are getting married. No,
Well,
I'm sorry.
Wow, this is a weird setup. This is
I'm
like
joking.
Okay.
I just realized the way I said that sounded like kind of like they've been in an engagement. Which is fine. It's a good chip. Let's have Willaron or Kawil ships happening. But no, they sort of will turn to you anything. We feel that our skills would be best put to use here in for now.
yeah.
We will set up a base of operations for us while we are here in Bavaria. The old mansion that we stayed in our first night has been bequeathed to us. Okay? The Burgermeister Ismark very kindly handed control of the house over to us. And we will be setting it up as a temporary guild headquarters. And I myself and Caron will be ministering to the town as well, while Father Donovich is in mourning. I hope you can feel that we would not be doing our duty if we did not remain to at least ensure the town's safety while you are away.
Oh. It seems like your place.
Indeed, it has been good, and I hope that we can adventure again together. But for the moment, we need to establish a beachhead here in this strange realm.
I don't know why you feel so compelled to help.
It is my calling. I am a priest. I am a cleric of Ilmater. I must help those in need. There are many in need in this town. There's also a strange affliction here. Charon, and he nods over to Charon, noticed it, how it's affecting his powers. It's something that he wishes to investigate as well. Neither of us feel that we would be any more use wandering the countryside than we would be here. Hope you can forgive us. Know that you have a place to stay, and we will have the headquarters ready for you should you return.
KENARI will go over and give them the race song then, and just give them both a look over. I don't understand it, but at least you are committed to what you do, and therefore I will respect it. We will contact you if we need you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over William. So you can see William's eyes sort of crinkling behind his mask. Now that you know what's there, you can see sort of the burned, damaged flesh, sort of at the very edges of the mask itself. But you can see his eyes sort of shining, and Charon's eyes sort of flare an approving blue for a moment before settling back down to their regular sort of basic.
I'm not so worried about the Bolt Boy. Don't get bit. Oi! Damsel in distress. Are you ready to leave?
Irina turns to you and says, I am no one's damsel. But nearly. I must go on the road. Give me 10 minutes, and I'll meet you by the door. So she heads up sort of again to change her gear. Ismark sort of looks over you and says, you need to head towards Wallachia. It's the only place you'll be safe. I will
You will
town well
stop
protected while you're
drinking.
gone. I will.
A leader has no purpose if he is soiled by alcohol, and cannot manage his own thoughts, let alone his own people. The state of your town tells me your father did similar actions.
There's anger in his eyes, but he's too overwhelmed by the emotion of the day's events to start lashing out at you right now. He looks at you you can definitely see hostility in his eyes when you say that. But then the feeling deflates. He says, You know nothing of my father. There's a reason they call me Ismark the Lesser. My father was a great man, brought low by terrible events. And yes, I have my vices, and I will do my best to overcome them. Well, we all have our vices. And now with some help and some aid, maybe we can start to bring this town back to life. I don't feel so alone anymore now that your friends are here to help me. My men number 4 in number. Before then, I had no assistance in arts magical. Now I feel less awash in the sea of despair.
Do the people of this town follow you?
I lost you there, Nick. Sorry.
Do the people of this town follow you? Would they
They do.
trust your decision?
They would. They do, and they will. I can still call upon the goodwill of my father left me. I have not been in charge of his reputation. Maybe I have time to turn things around.
So currently you're going down and you hope you're going to go up, correct?
Currently, I am in limbo, but I hope that I can go up. Yes.
Well, he and Zario looks into his bag and pulls out an ornate looking ring. Well, this might convince your people that everyone that might be able to help them out may leave, but you are working with not only the fine help that is left with you, but also with the blessings of the ones that leave. And on another note, happy birthday, Xander.
Oh, thank you very much.
Happy birthday!
Yes, and
What?
I can show you here.
Hey! Sorry, I've got a little card that's on the stream.
Happy birthday!
Oh.
Happy
35, level 35, yeah. Yeah. I'm an epic hero now. Level 35 DM and teacher. Jeez. Just waiting for my feats to start arriving. Can sleep with only 4 hours and not feel detrimental effects of tiredness anymore. Oh, I'd love to be an elf. That would be brilliant. All you have to do is sleep for 4 hours, and the rest of the time you can just meditate or just do some really calm, relaxing activities, and you're fully rested.
Would be nice.
Anyway, I thank you very much. Thank you. No one I'd rather spend the time with. So Irina comes downstairs very quickly. She is wearing, she's sort of wearing her sort of Baroque armor again, and she's got her sword at her side. She says, "We're going, then we best make a start. Still early in the day, and we can start the journey before nightfall." We will have to take the main road. It's probably the best way to go, leaving from the town towards the west. So you can sort of take the main road out.
So Zara finally tosses his mark, the signet ring of. Consider this an investment, and I hope your power does not crumble. I would like it back.
Al grabs it, and he gives you a nod. I'll look after it for you. Okay, sorry. I just started eating, and it's really crummy, and it's
Kenari will
it's like the
Okay.
biscuit just turned into breadcrumbs. Sorry, please keep going, Kenari. Sorry.
Kenari will take a last minute look over to Karan and be like, "Don't buy anything from the lady with the pastries."
Karan looks
Again.
over and he goes. Karan looks over and he goes. I don't understand your need for food, but was obviously a waste of good money. Okay. All right. So we're finally leaving Bavaria. Okay. As you're sort of walking through the town, Irina sort of speaks to you as you're sort of moving. So Timus is sort of sitting on Perrin's shoulder. Perrin's walking alongside the rest of you. And Timus is like pointing out things. He's going, I will, when we get out of the town, then I just have a nice herb to go in my cooking. And I think that I might find some interesting. And Perrin's sort of looking around and sort of going, oh, right, great. Yeah, we'll get on that. But better we just like rob some people. So we could get some good food off some hunters. Of like if we pilfer their stuff. No, you've got to do things. You can't keep stealing off people for no reason. But I would get you in trouble one day. And so they're sort of like going through town, and as they're going through, so Irene like turns to you guys and says, my brother, he contracted some help to assist us along the way. There is a great there is a person who he's a sort of wandering of some kind. He's been helpful to my brother in the past. He sent messengers out to ask whether he would be able to come and escort me to Wallachia, and we've recently heard back. A messenger boy arrived this morning to say that he was about half a day's journey outside of the town and would be here shortly. We will probably meet him on the road coming towards us, so we will meet him on the way. I've never met him before, but my brother says that he is a charismatic and charming individual, very brave and very handy with a sword.
We should look to get his assistance then.
Yes, well.
Well, let's hope that he's a little bit more in a fight.
Well, I hope so too. So you leave the town of Bavaria. Barovia, sorry, not Bavaria. That's a real town. Barovia. Yes.
She would be speaking to Irina now that they're a little ways away from the house. So how long has Red Eyes been circling your house?
Red Eyes? I don't know. Do you mean Strahd, or it could be one of his minions? I didn't know we had anyone circling the house. Not these last 2 days, at least.
Well, last night I got paid a visit.
That is disturbing.
You should say so.
Yes.
You wake up to a pair of red eyes staring at you through a hole in the wall. Of course I've seen worse. So you get used to it in the Underdark.
I would have thought most eyes would be red in the Underdark. I mean, you all use infravision to see, don't you? That's what they call dark vision.
It doesn't work like that. Our eyes don't glow just because we're using dark vision. And besides, we don't see everything with dark vision. We only see things in grays and blacks.
Perrin puts up his hand and goes, well, actually, my eyes do glow when I'm in the dark, and I see things in reds.
You're the exception, not the rule.
I know, I'm special.
You might be special in the head.
Well, it is on fire. Oh, just my little joke. Just my little... Oh. Well, actually, Perrin, your hair is not made of actual fire. It is a manifestation of the inner energies within you, and you're linked to the plane of energies that...
I feel like you have nailed Timus spot on.
Yeah.
I feel like you have gotten him down quite quickly. So, and that's a little terrifying to me. So impressive. So,
Sorry, I'm trying to do role play for two characters sort of in the background.
multiple characters.
So they're just not automatons walking around behind you. Anyway, so yeah, Perrin and Timur spend the next 20 minutes or so bickering about the nature of Perrin's hair. As Nick will tell you, I am obsessed with.
Yep. Can confirm. So, we are out of town, correct?
Yeah. So you're basically going to start traveling out of town, and you're going to sort of you spend like an hour or two walking down the main road out Barovia. And as you do so, you come to a clearing. By the way, just because there's a map does not mean anything bad. Can we please bring your characters onto the map, please?
Of course. On this side?
So, this side down here, please. Sort of down this end. Okay. Yeah. One. He's there. And Luea, do you need me to bring KENARI on for you?
No, I got it. She's already here.
Is she? Oh, there she is. Great. And
I updated Daisy's token.
And so as you sort of come into view, you walk down the road, you suddenly hear like there's this. Things are too quiet. It's deathly quiet, and then you start hearing this loud bellowing noise as you come around the corner. This copse of trees has been blocking your ability to hear the sound. The sounds have been distorted and warped, but now that you're coming sort of out into an opening, and the trees have been hemming you in on all sides have sort of spread out. You notice a few things. First of all, you can see, and I'm sorry to do this to you guys, you see a very familiar sight. Let me just, I need to change my info. So first of all, you see a massive rat-like creature. You recognize it immediately. It's the same creature that you were engaged in combat with in the sewers. You also see standing in front of this figure, desperately waving sword around, dressed in. He's quite a tall figure. He's about 6'3". 6'4". He's got a red cape that sort of comes from, sort of like flies from his neck. No, it's not Strahd. Just like he's wearing underneath that he wears a very weird sort of lacquered black armor. His hair is slicked back, and he's currently carrying around a large sword and shield that he's using to desperately parry the blows from this creature. You can see that he is a man of remarkable swordsmanship. Despite the fact that he seems to be being overwhelmed very slowly, his sword is, for some reason, seems to be managing to interpose itself between him and the creature's blows again and again, blocking from doing any major damage to him. You also note as you sort of enter into the area that several individuals sort of standing around in a circle, just watching the plight of this human, and almost seem to be amused. And you're quite sure that one or two of them are taking wagers and passing money between themselves as they're sort of betting on how long the man will last. Behind the man, and I need to sort of put this on here as well. There is where oh, the image is here. Just 1 second. It was a car. But the car. Oh, don't tell me it's premium. Okay, so there is a cart. And the cart is quite large. It's overly covered in furs, and sitting in the cart, sort of like you can see that the animals that must have been pulling the cart have been let loose to run away, or they've torn themselves free in their distress. There is a gnomish man with a long white beard, and he's sort of like cowering in the back. He's wrapped all in furs. Sort of parcels they seem to be keeping behind him, protecting them from the rat men around, like throwing things at him and taunting and jeering as he stands there. And he seems to be not carrying in fear, but sort of like trying to protect his wares or his packages. Every now and then, you see him mutter something, and sort of a reddish sort of glow appears over the cart. It seems to be protecting it from the worst of the damage from all the projectiles, things that have been thrown at him. You can see even then, you can see the sweat on his brow. He's just tiring very, very quickly. What do you do?
KENARI's
Okay.
gonna knock an arrow.
While that's happening, ZARRIEL would, I presume he would keep his shield strapped on his one hand, and he would,
Shield strapped on? Yep.
he would raise his his free hand, make a few gestures, and quickly touch his left shoulder, make a quick line down, and as if tiles covering a plane, tens of small golden triangles would cover his body as he casts Mage Armor, and would use a bonus action to convert, to take a piece of that, as if a few of those, and condense them into a few threads of magic, as he converts 3 sorcery points into a spell slot.
Okay. All right, so that's and the others will just sort of ready themselves to fight. So we're going to have to roll initiative. I might have to clear the old list. Just give me 1 second. No, there aren't currently anybody on there. That's fine. So yes, you can roll initiative then. I'm going to just quickly. I just remembered I didn't actually make this guy a thing. I need to just open it up on Roll20 instead.
I love rolling nat ones.
Okay, so ZARRIEL, KENARI, I just need to. So can you do Perrin as well for me?
Yeah, I'm
ZARRIEL?
going to roll it. I'm going to. You don't.
Lovely, thank you. And I did it again, and he's gonna roll with roll. Okay, so that was oh yep, he did that. I did his thing on there. Let me just what did I roll for him? I rolled a 17. So he needs to. I need to add him to the turn tracker. Add turn.
Oh, again, change them. Yeah.
It's okay, no, because it's just a. It's just because I have him on Roll20 and I've got this token. That's. And finally, Timus, who I don't have stats for. So I'm just going to roll him flat, and I'll use a. I know what spells he uses, so I can use those.
Give him +2. He has 14 dex. I recall.
Does he have 14 dex? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for telling me.
I remember he matched mine. He has AF +4 to Constitution. I remember he beats mine by 1.
Okie. Let me just quickly get arena running. So. And finally, we have Timus, who I'm going to roll a 20 plus 2. Oh goodness me. Okay, well he got a not on the board. Okay, so he got a 5 plus 2, so 7. Leia, advance add turn 7. And finally, I just need to do these guys now quickly. Sorry, guys. I know. Sorry, it takes time, and I've got a few things to add on the list. So I've got my assassins. Add tab and character sheets. 1, 2, 3, and finally seeing Daisy is not very happy. Not that creature again. Terrifying creature. Okay, so that should be everything. Okay, let's go and put it in descending order, which means that Perrin goes first. All right, so you're up, Zara. You're up, Nick. What's Perrin gonna do?
So, Perrin would first, what are those?
They are. Well, you've seen them before. They were. You've seen them before. They were. When you were in the sewers, they were. He's quite you met one of them. She was like a were rat that you daggers and a dagger on her tail. To fight.
I remember now. Oof, okay then. So he shall move his movement speed to 35, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35. No, yeah, 35 from here. So pick snap center. Yep. Yep. There.
Mm-hmm.
You should move there, and I. Yep. Diagonally, same stuff. So he should have a clear shot on the giant rat, and he should pull his short bow and shoot a shot at it.
Okay. That's.
Yep.
That is. Yep, that's a hit.
Yes.
Can I have a piece of paper?
8, and would that proc sneak attack?
Yeah. Well, if
Would
well, no,
he count as an ally?
You're shooting at which one?
At the rat.
The big rat. I would say he counts as an ally, at least at this instant. Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna scare the hell out of him as the arrow comes flying, but yes.
As he shoots an arrow, he aims it so it's not as far away from him, so he shoots the rat, and the arrow goes past him. So he's noticed by the new guy.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so 16 damage.
Yep. And on section to dash, and he's going to move 5, 15, 20, 25, and he's going to wave at the new guy. We've brought some help, and he's going to move back a little.
Hey. All right. In that case, We note down. Yeah. And two, okay. It's kind of like, but the massive ogre that you remember, the creature called Bone Ripper, looks around and sort of sees Perrin. It's kind of like you know, it's like kind of like noticing, recognizing that these people, and lets out like massive bellow. But in doing so, gives the person who was fighting for his life finally gives him a moment to sort of start striking back. The individual sort of turns around and he sort of like looks over at Perrin. He kind of strikes a pose for a moment, his cloak flowing in the wind, or at least in the fetid breath of the ogre. Sort of turns around and he goes, "Thanks, child. Now see how a real man fights."
Oh, I do not care for you.
And so let's. So he's going to attack with his sword. And what should he do? That? Yeah. Yeah, he's just attack. Oh, what's happening there? Oh,
Okay.
with his first strike. So that's he attacked one-handed. So he did a total of 11 damage with his longsword. So he's slashing this. Don't know why that. Anyway, it's a versatile weapon. So he slashes with his sword, carving a large trench. Not quite as damaging as Perrin's attack, though, which seemed to have struck something vital. But still, this attack seems to have caused this large furrow of like blood to sort of spurt out from between like the pecs of this monster, like this large slash dashing up the center. This flourish of a blade. Actually, I'm going to retroactively how he behaved because I just realized that's not how his character would do. That's my other character I was going to use. Sorry. So basically, as Perrin came up, he sort of turns around and he goes, "Thank you very much for the opening. I'll take it from here." And like does this massive slash against him. Sorry, I completely mixed up him and another character who may or may not turn up later. Why did I use that voice? That's my other voice. It is my combat music. Put it on. Okay, so he's done that attack. Is there anything else you can do before his turn is up? No, I don't think so. He's done his attack actions. Does he have any bonus actions?
Well done.
Yeah, okay, so he's gonna do he's then going to cast. What's that do? Where is Perrin, by the way? Perrin is. Oh, he's not within touch distance. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so he's going to do. Damn it! Why didn't you do that beforehand? It's a okay. So he's gonna then he's then gonna sort of like take a hand. He's gonna take a hand from his side, raise it to the air, and do this fist, which glows with power, and then he slaps it against his chest, and this golden like shimmer spreads out across his chest. He casts Shield of Faith on himself.
I respect that.
And that will be his turn.
May I turn the
as
initiative?
So next time is the assassin. Yep. So the assassin basically sees Perrin dash in, spins around. "You will not ruin our fun!" on, boy! He dashes up towards him and is trying to strike Perrin. He gets to make 3 attacks. First attack is a 14. Does that hit Perrin?
17 AC.
Okay. I think it was 17. I can't remember. I just buffed up his dex a lot, I think, if I remember correctly. So the first blow goes wild. In his anger, the rat is just lashing out. Second attack zeroes in on his prey. Misses.
4 plus. He has studded leather. No, that's 16 exact hit.
That's a hit, is it?
Yep. Studded leather is 12, so.
Okay.
Exact hit.
So that's a hit. Alright, so
Exactly. Yeah.
an exact hit. Alright, so it meets it. So he's going to attack. So the second blow just manages to catch him, doing 8 points of slashing damage to Perrin. It then launches forward with its fangs, bite at the young Ganas.
Just miss. Yes.
Perrin manages to interpose his dagger just as it interpose his bow as it comes up. Just manages to knock the teeth away. The next one is this one here, and it's going to dash to Marty. I'll hold him off, Snicket. You take him out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go for you, KENARI. You're probably the most intimidating looking one. So, it's an 8. Does an 8 hit you, KENARI?
Luea, you're muted.
Luea, you muted again.
I would presume no, she has 16 AC, or 18, or 17. Round
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't, maybe Lua's AFK at the moment. So, in that case, the second attack against Luea. What have I done? They're wrapped. Is a natural 20. Doing a total of only 8. That was a really bad roll.
Oof.
An 8.
I'm going to log that and go to tell her when she comes back.
Okay. And then tries to bite. Sorry. But I'm assuming misses miserably with only an 11.
I would presume a 15 AC.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly type that. So, Nari take 8 points. Okay. All right. ZARRIEL, you want to go? You're next.
Yeah. So, what will he do is, first he's going to move closer. He will use one action to to unsheath his newfound weapon and will let it and will slide it across his shield, letting it sing a strange melody, as if the weapon itself animates a little and he shall strike this rat. Oof. No. That's it's the same thing, but it just that's 11 plus flanking. Because
11 plus.
Flanking, was it advantage?
I give you advantage, yes. Flanking.
Yeah. So. Hey.
And you rolled Perrin, my mistake last time, but
No,
that's okay.
it's the same thing. I just didn't
It's the
change.
same. I know. So that is a hit.
Change who it looks like.
Okay, so 12 damage. And can you remind me, because I haven't seen it, what happened to Booming Blade? Because I know it's changed a bit.
So what Booming Blade does, it is makes it so that they take slashing damage, and when they it's only that it's a self and then 5 feet. It stops me from twin casting Booming Blade. That's what it does.
Okay, so same effect, but stops you from twin cast. That's
Yes.
cool.
So
That makes sense.
they take as
13 damage.
she goes from diagonally from low to high right, from low left to high right. It takes 12 slashing, and the one thunder leaves like a soft melody echoing around it.
Okay, so but if it moves, it will take the half damage, yeah?
Yes.
Okay,
So and with that, Zariel would use his bonus action. He will quickly make a few movements, and a spiritual weapon shall be invoked right behind the rat that tried to attack Perrin. As this time it is solid, as in the form of a giant hammer. Does a 25 hit it?
25 will definitely hit it. You know that.
Yeah, with advantage. Fishing for crits, no crits. Yes, second level. As it bashes this rat for 7 force damage. That's his turn.
Okay, so that's 1, yeah. 7, 50. Okay. Rena? She's going to... Okay, that's a long or short burst. Okay. Arena is going to... She's going to come around to basically to try and keep wailing on this one that's come up around you guys. She pulls her blade, this beautifully sort of embossed rapier, from her waist. She's going to attack. Irina, attack with your blade, please. A 13 does not hit. So the first attack, she strikes out at the robed assassin, and it spins its robe around it and catches the blade, knocking it away. She then lashes out again with another strike, and completely misses as well. Obviously, her training is not quite as useful in active combat. She's not quite used to this yet. Just as the wearer thinks that they're done. Oh wait, no, it is. Sorry, I apologize. It's just the 2 attacks with the scimitar, I believe. No, she grabs. She basically spins, and from her waist launches a dagger out with her other hand. At unawares, doing 8 damage. Wow, that was actually really good. But it's actually not 8 damage, it is 4 damage, because it's offhand striking. So the one that you just hit is a -4. I'll have to change that in a minute. Okay. And that's Arena's turn. So her first 2 attacks strike, but then she basically decided to fight dirty and stabbed out with her dagger. Next up is the assassin up here. I think it only makes sense. He'd probably come down and try and strike this guy here. So the first attack on the mysterious individual. It tries to strike the individual, but he contemptuously just knocks it away. The next strike comes out at a different angle. And again, this time, the man doesn't even bother to block it. This golden shield of radiance just appears between him and it, and the blade skitters to the side. Lashes out with its teeth. And fails to hit him. Just about to strike, and then suddenly smash, face first into a golden force shield. That seems to radiate a sense of pride and glory. Almost like a victory bell rings. It smashes face first into it. I built this guy like a tank. Okay. That is the assassin's turn. Timus's turn. What can Timus do?
Take an
What
attack.
spells he has? Well, he's not in range, so if he moves back, you won't be attacked.
I remember that he has the Chromatic Orb, which he mainly uses for his damage. He has Tasha's Hideous Laughter, which I also remember. He has Ice Knife. He has the Snowstorm, that's 2nd level spell.
You should just have Bob translate his D&D Beyond sheet over to Roll20
Yeah.
for moments like this.
I think what we're just going to do is I'm going to say that Timus is undergoing some sort of inner turmoil at the moment. He's finding it very difficult to fight. Otherwise, it's going to slow down the combat if I have to keep considering it every time.
In the meantime of Timus doing that, do you want to very quickly message Bob and just go, can I have the link to your sheet?
It's maybe it's probably I think just the standard I'm going to do for Bob at the moment is I'm just going to cast Bolt. It's a standard thing. So he's 1d20 plus 4. So what's his intelligence? Does anyone know what his spellcasting modifier is?
DC 14 for spells that require saves, to hit plus 6, HP 32, AC 12. I did put it in chat.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to just cast Firebolt as a standard for him at the moment because it's just easier for him to make decisions. So d20 plus 6. 6, 18, that's a hit. It does 1d10 damage. Yeah, doing 9 fire damage. So Timus, like Kirby, goes, take this! And spits out this firebolt. It goes flying towards and hits the rat creature right in the face. Taking another 9 damage. Okay, cool. And then it's Daisy's turn!
Daisy is going to use her movement to ram where
You have
is
to move
it?
more than 5 feet or 10 feet to ram, I can't remember.
5 feet, but if she wait.
I know she has to move.
I'm gonna ask your ruling on it, but if she uses charge, oh no, that's straight. Never mind. Yeah.
So
no,
are you
her
just
ram.
ramming or you're charging? She needs to move 20 feet straight towards the target.
Yeah, no. So she's gonna use her movement to step aside over here, and then she's gonna do
Okay.
A death bleed.
Death bleed. All creatures within 30 feet that can hear her, so that's the 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So only that rat is going to be affected. So the rat now has to take a wisdom 11. Although I think probably Bone Ripper shivers a bit as it hears the bleat. Is it a wisdom save?
Yeah, it's a wisdom. It's 11.
Fails miserably. Okay, so it's frightened, so it'll have disadvantage as long as it can see you
Mm-hmm.
to the start of its next turn. And it can't move within close.
Question.
Yes.
Would not KENARI go first before the giant rat because she has higher dexterity?
He would. But let's put let's modify that and just give it a that on. There up. He is. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to do with Daisy?
No, Daisy's gonna stand there and just wait and wiggle her ears.
Okay, it's KENARI's turn then.
KENARI, because she's in close with a range, do I get Dread Ambusher? I don't think I do. Just double checking.
Only against the giant rat if you shoot it.
At the start of each turn, your combat speed lasts until attack action. You take additional weapon attack as part of that action. I'm just
I
checking.
mean, it says you're in the first round of combat,
So
that should be okay.
okay. She's gonna use her hand axe to
I'm gonna rule
slash.
it's okay.
Slash at arrow button helps
Yep.
this assassin. So she's gonna take out and spin around her hand axe.
Hit.
Oh, hold on, I don't get that plus. Okay, whatever, it's fine.
So that's 8 damage.
Okay, and then I
Okay.
get a second attack.
This one doesn't have Dread Ambusher though, because it's your first. Sorry.
Nope.
Only
So she's gonna grab her other one off and whack it.
You're applying the +2. Oh,
yeah, you still get the +2 to hit, I believe.
No,
but
because
that-
my fighting style is archery.
Oh, that's true. Okay, but so the second blow you strike, the first blow you carve you carve a definite sort of a gash, very deep gash along the upper shoulder of the assassin. But the actual sort of force of your blow, quickly that it sort of flashes around and you miss your second strike.
Why is she rolling with disadvantage instead of advantage, or does the 12 miss?
Oh, yeah, why are you rolling with disadvantage?
I thought I had disadvantage on checks because of my.
That's attack.
That's attack check, not skill check.
Oops.
And you have
And
advantage
plus,
because of flanking.
and plus you did eat some. I told you if you ate enough, you could take it off.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, 12 is also a miss. Right.
Okay. And
Um,
she's going to use her movement to jump back.
you will get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I do.
Well, they'll get an attack against you.
I'm gonna take that chance. She's gonna jump back and use her movement. 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. You're gonna lash out at the scimitar as you try to jump back.
13 does not hit.
Okay. Question for the other DM.
Of course.
How does multi attack work? I've never actually come across it. Multi attack when
Only one.
when Is it
An
only the
attack?
one strike?
You need that's a reaction attack. Multi attack is only used when you are
When you actually
initiating
do,
the attack as an
it's part
attack
of your
action.
full attack, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, I haven't actually used that before. Stop
No?
trying to live inside the box, cat. Sorry, we got a box and the cat finds it very interesting.
No, this is my home now. I live
Exactly, we got a hermit cat.
here. This is my home now. You can't have it.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, if that's everything, then Bone Ripper is going to have his go.
If I fits, I sits.
I love it. It should be that should say makes 2 claw attack. Attacks. I'm not stealing other monsters' stats. No. Okay, so 2 attacks. So first of all, it's going to first it's going to try and strike in front of it. I don't know why he's got this disadvantage. Why did I give him disadvantage? Oh, you know why? Because it was in the last game that we played. He was in the last game we played. He had disadvantage because of Daisy. Daisy is not within the thingy of him, so he's not affected by him.
Nope, he is not.
So that actually does hit him. So we're going to say that does hit an individual. He takes 18 damage. So the first strike hits him, and this individual he takes the strike hard. He finally gets through his defense and clips him, and the damage is quite devastating. So he's going to get 18. So he's going to. Okay. He's still on his feet, but you can see that he's definitely sort of rearing back. The next strike is going to try and strike him again. Let's see. Okay. Right. Next strike. His next strike lashes out and hits, but just at the last moment, this golden shield interposes itself between him and the strike, and the claws start to crack the shield, but just can't quite get through it. Although I do think because of the attack, I have to take a concentration check because he got hit. So, so now I have to see if the spell fades. So he has to make a concentration. 10 or half the damage. Okay, so he's got to get past it. Two. Roll one check. Yeah, he passes it. So the shield stays up. All right. Next up is Perrin.
Okay, so Perrin will look towards that wounded mouse next to Zariel and Irina, and he's going to pull his bow and shoot at it. Oof!
Yep, that's a miss, I'm afraid.
As the arrow goes astray. Oops,
And you
my
lost
bad.
that arrow now.
He shall use his bonus action to disengage, and he'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. That's his turn. That's where he moves.
Next up is this guy. That reminds me, I need to change his feet because I did it wrong. One second. Actions. Bear with me just 1 second. I've made a mistake. Going to be a sorry. Nope, he's not that. Please forgive me just 1 second. I'll be right there. Sort this out. Okay. Sorry, let me just quickly do that and save that. Sorry, I just had to do that quickly because I made a complete mistake. I completely cocked up something on his thing. So he is going to. As a bonus action, he is going to use. He's going to use. He's going to use a special ability. He's going to turn towards the creatures, and he's going to say. He's going to say, "Your fight is with me." Raising his sword, and each of them has to take a DC 14 check, or they can't move away from him, or strike anyone else but him.
Compare you.
So, Bone Ripper fails. This one.
So stupid.
Passes. And one also has to check with him. They can't. Basically, they can't move out of. They can't move away from him. They can't move 30 more than out of his range. So this one as well has to take a Wisdom saving throw, which it fails. So this one cannot wittingly go over here now. He has to stay where he is in that range. He basically issued a heroic challenge to everybody. And then he's going to strike out at the massive rat again.
Okay.
And attack. $11. That will be a. Can't remember. That'll be a fail. So he lashes out, but basically his blade skitters off the hard hide of the massive ogre-like creature. That's it. It is now the assassin's turn, who's here. Because of that spell, he literally cannot go any further than his 30 feet around him. So I don't believe you can get over to KENARI, can it? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's his maximum range. So it tries to step forward to dash towards the fight, but it can't seem to bring itself to do so. It takes out a... Can't really do anything. All right, so it's going to probably have to head back towards him, and try and strike it at Kane again. All right, so first strike fails. Again, bashed aside by the shield. Second strike fails. Bashed aside by the shield again. He's like in a whirlwind of like furry limbs here, surrounded by all these people. He's going, I'll hold them here, but I could use some help. He's becoming like completely engulfed, and he realizes there's nowhere to go. He can't back out or anything. He's completely surrounded on all sides. In fact, actually, that Were should have some advantage. So I'm going to say that's the first. The second strike against him is with advantage. He gets a scimitar strike. And fails. Again, he dodges and bashes away the attacks. And finally, tries to fight him. And again, each and every single attack is just blocked and smashed and bashed away as this man becomes this whirlwind armor and golden shimmering light. Next up is ZARRIEL.
Okay. ZARRIEL shall first move himself down, then use his bonus action as he makes a few quick movements with his hand, his attention towards the new guy. He will move his spiritual weapon 50 feet towards the closest rat that he's bash it. Spiritual weapon it is 19.
That's a hit.
It's hit, yes. Okay. Bashing it for 12
Ooh.
force damage. Is it still on its feet after the hammer makes a quick spin and bashes it to the left side?
It's still on its feet, yes. It definitely takes the blow and it's staggered, but it's still standing.
Okay then. He shall turn to the one in front of him and will spin quickly as his newfound blade shall sing along with him. 23. Oops.
That's a hit.
Advantage. Yeah. As it 11 slashing damage, and as it is engulfed with much louder ring of the same melody.
This rat is looking particularly bad at the moment.
That's his turn.
Okay.
So not do more.
Irina, seeing your movements, is going to try and what's she going to do? She's going to you can kind of see that you're handling things. Well, they're kind of surrounded. No, she's going to stay where she is. She's going to attack with her blades one more time. Okay, so your attack must have left an opening. The lightning or something, the thunder, sort of thunderous energy surrounding it has distracted the rat to the extent that she's able to launch a strike, doing 10 damage. My goodness. She then presses her luck and tries to strike again. Hitting again for a total of 9 damage. She then theatrically spins and tries to strike with her dagger as with a final blow. The first attack was the one which would have hit, not the second one, but that does hit. doing 4 damage because again it's off. That last blow sinks a dagger into the eye socket of the rat, bumping it to the floor. This rat is out. Sorry, I know it's an NPC kill. Irena can handle herself in a fight. No damsel this one. Next up is the other were rat. That's going to attack. And lash out at poor old Kane again. It has advantage on its strikes. The first blow misses. The second blow manages to hit. 6 points of slashing damage. Guard. And he takes another 6 points. And down to... the final strike. Fails to hit. Okay, next up is Timus's turn. And as I said before, Timus is just going to do his usual. He's going to hop forward. Whoop, 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 whoop. He's just going to go, I find your level of aggression to be off-putting. Take some fire to the face. And shoots fireball again. For 24, which just hits. There's 1d10 fire damage. For a total of 5. 1, 4, 5 damage. Okay. Daisy's turn.
Now no longer having a target, she is going to race over this way. I think that's right. Yeah, if I have the right.
She can death bleed again. Can't she? Or was it only once per turn? I can't remember.
Death bleed is no. She can use it anytime.
Okay.
If the creature is immune, the effect is 24 hours, though. So, seeing how effective it was last time, she's gonna let out another bleh.
Okay, so bottom were rat assassin. He gets a wisdom saving throw. Oh, sorry, not with advantage. I apologize. Just use the so it would be the 16. So that's a pass.
Save.
Second
That's
one
11.
fails. This one is now scared because it can see you. And the third one fails as well. Bone Ripper fails as well. So Bone Ripper sees Daisy approaching. It's like, you.
Not the
Like,
goat.
looking
Not
scared.
again.
I'm gonna say it can definitely see Daisy because it's taller than Kane. You can see over his head.
Gonna do that little thing where like she rears up like she's a big bad pony, and like wave her hooves around and then lower back down.
And this one is so panicked by this one's panic. She's getting worried as well. What is it? What is it? Some terrible monster.
This one's just like, it's a goat, you morons.
Exactly right. What are you so scared of? It's a goat. And that gives so KENARI, it's your turn.
She's going to use her movement to hide in the brush.
Mhm.
I don't think that's all of her movement, though. No, it's about half of her movement. And then she is going to knock an arrow. She's gonna... Oh, well, I guess... Do you do bonus action for putting weapons away?
Oh no, I just say you can switch. You can use
Okay,
your free action to switch.
Okay, she's gonna switch. Is this thing technically considered undead?
No, they're monstrosities.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Okay, so I don't get that bonus. And she is going to cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action. And then she's gonna knock an arrow. She's casting it on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Knock an arrow and let it fly.
That's a hit.
Oh, I didn't mark Hunter's Mark. Darn it! Oh, man, I was doing so good.
Roll next to D6.
Dang it. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, full
That's it for
6. For the poor the one with your arrow, but so it's minus. That's 10. Wow. Okay, 10 damage. Okay, yeah. Then lets out a massive bellow as the arrow hits something vital in its left armpit.
All right.
Okay, is that everything?
Am I considered in half cover because I am in hiding?
I mean, you're sort of. It's kind of more sort of scrubby brush, but I'll say you can be in. I'll say you can be sort of ducking behind the tree.
I am incognito. Where is cognito? In hiding. Where is hiding? Oh, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, you beautiful show, you.
Oh, Bone Ripper is definitely distraught. Gonna try and strike again at but he has disadvantage because it can see the dreaded Goat of Doom. The first strike misses. Thank goodness. And the second strike also misses. Thanks to the Goat of Doom. The Planehopper. She who bleats.
The last plane hopper.
Only one. That leaves Perrin's turn. It's your turn now, Zachary.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to hearing Perrin and yeah, sorry. Okay, so he showed. Yeah, I did plan for that move up to here, taking 15 steps of his movement, and he shall aim his short bow at this rat, to be precise, and he shall fire.
Okay. That's a hit.
And that's a hit. Yep. For 9 piercing damage, and as I'm still presuming that's an ally over there, 5 damage sneak attack. No, 14 total. Don't do bad maths.
Okay, yeah. So your arrow comes flying out of nowhere, smacked into this rat, which is already distracted by the glowing golden weapon floating in front of it. It takes a blow and it spins around with the attack. It definitely seems to. You can see the blood and the sort of almost like the dark black blood which is oozing from the. Definitely looks like it's taken a serious hit.
He will.
That one.
Okay.
Your turn.
So, yeah, it is. So he has 15 more feet of movement.
Yes,
so
he does.
he will use his action to dash, and he's going to move 15, 10, 30, 45, and get up to here. That's his turn.
Okay. Next up is Kane's attack. So he's going to. I've never used a paladin before. Lay on hands. Can they use it on themselves? Or does it have to be someone else?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the only healing raveling the heal spell. and must heal.
So he's going to hold his hand to his chest and almost like a short prayer, and you can see this fiery sort of like golden glow appear beneath his palm, and some of the wounds across his body start to hiss closed. He's going to use 10 of his ball to get himself back up again. He's basically will just survive one strike from that guy. Okay, so he's got how much? And he's going to. Okay, so then he's going to strike with his weapon. Feature again. I can hear reinforcements. Let's keep. Strikes out again. Don't worry, Chris. We'll see you safe. Little gnome in the back is kind of going, thank you. Please, keep helping. And don't let them eat me. And so yeah, I'm gonna strike with his sword. Which I don't think actually came through. 1 minute. Oh, it did. It did. Yep, a 15's a hit. He does 6 damage. I was trying to go for a guy who may not be the biggest powerhouse fighter, but can take a hit.
Yeah.
And keep going. So that's his turn. He's done that. So next up is the assassin. Seeing Perrin just having taken a horrible hit. How stupid is this guy? Pretty stupid. He's going to dash. He's going to try and attack Perrin.
That seems like a pretty clear attack opportunity to me.
Yeah, he's going to. So the guy's going to take opportunity strike. That will not hit. He tries to strike, but he misses. So the guy gets away, and he tries to strike out at Perrin again. Hit me with an arrow, will you? I'll stab you dead.
Hit.
24. Doing 6 damage to Perrin. The second attack is a 12.
Miss.
Just misses. And then he tries to lash out with a bite. And bites his own tongue in the process, taking 1 point of damage. Ah! You made me bite my tongue, fire thing. ZARRIEL now.
Yep. So, he shall move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and a few quick movements of the wrist will pull the hammer into prime position, as it will make a quick spin and bash or at least try to, rat that just went after Perrin.
That's a hit.
Yep. Just trying. I'm going to try again because of probably flanking. Yep. 5 force damage added.
Just as he's holding his tongue, he gets smacked on the head by this hammer, biting it again.
Let's end, you miserable creature, as he raises his hand with which he holds the sword, and and at the tip appears a radiant rune, as a second one appears under the creature, under the rat, as a bolt of light shoots upwards at it. Dex save.
Which one?
This same one.
Okay.
As Zarriel fires a little askew, it goes around its head, but does not manage to get a hit, and that's his turn.
Okay. Irina. 5, 10, 15, 20. You need a bonus action to dash, which she can do because she has the ability. She has the ability. Where is it? Irina.
Okay, action.
Light-footed.
Oh.
In dash, or disengage as a bonus action on her turns. You're gonna strike out at. I mean, the problem is I don't think she can get to the other one. Yeah, no, I think she'll probably see you got that in hand. The parents got that in hand. So where was she? She was back here, wasn't she? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40. Yes, she can definitely. She's going to get here. She's basically, you hear the sound of running feet as the arena sort of dashes between you and the rat-like creature and starts to lash out with her sword. Just missing. Kate! Hitting. Finally catching a bit, piercing a hole into the creature. Minus.
This is William Father. Well, how well is it not attacked?
And then spins with her dagger. Doing 1 damage. Rats!
Is she I'm sorry I'm asking, but is she going by monster rules, or is she simply a level 11 fighter? I cannot...
No, she's a monster rule. I basically am using a knight's profile, which I've modified a little bit with the swashbuckler.
Okay, I'm just saying.
No, I know, but she can do some stuff, but her stats are never going to change. And she can't really take a hit very well, unfortunately. But,
DPR machine. Hop.
well, anyway, you needed extra people to help you out. You don't have as many people at the moment. So it's the Sin's turn. Yeah? And it's this one here. Probably strike back at Arena. It has disadvantage because it can see Daisy, and Daisy's turn is not finished yet. Daisy's turn yet, so it still has disadvantage. So the first strike, a 20, does hit. Doing 5 slashing damage to her. It lashes out and carves and basically stabs in between the seams of her ancestral armor, drawing blood. The second strike, however, fails miserably as she interposes her rapier between the blade and herself. The last strike, the dagger held in its with its bite, she again pushes to the side with the pommel of her dagger, it's bashing the creature on the nose as it tries to bite. Mrs. Turn, he's going to just follow his regular pattern. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't like you. Shoots at his fire. Six, 10 will miss. So it streaks past the little rat. And it is your turn, Daisy.
Okay. Just checking one last thing. Nope. That's not the one I wanted. Dang it, Timus, why are you in the way?
You can run past. You can run. You can go through allies.
Okay. Daisy is going to take a step and then charge at this one. Let me grab my pointer.
Mm-hmm.
I keep clicking my other sheet, and that's not what I want. So, and then she's gonna hit with a ram attack.
That's a hit. Extra 2d4.
Make fun of the goat, will ya? I'm just a goat, am I? I feel like I'm literally like with Daisy living out the fight from Sword in the Stone between Merlin and Madame Mim. So, you know.
Yeah.
So 10 damage plus an extra 2d4. So you can either roll that with dice, or you can roll that on if you have your dice in front of you on paper. Tell me what it is.
You said 2d4. Okay.
Yeah.
There you
Okay,
go.
so extra 5, 15 damage. Okay. Okay, this rat is looking very worse than we're at the moment. It's been gored by horns, and now I need to roll to see if it goes flying because of an attack. So sorry. It would be the 20. I think it would be the it would be the 13 because it's always on the left if I've rolled by mistake. So it does pass. It doesn't get knocked over, but it was very close there for a minute. KENARI, it's your turn. Unless Daisy, anything else she wants to do?
No, she used all of her movement, so KENARI is going to, not, that one's not, okay, she's gonna fire another arrow at Big Boy with Hunter's Mark on him. Gonna knock an arrow, let it go.
Yep, that's a hit.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Damage. Okay, this is again the massive rat ogre-like creature is looking very worse aware at the moment. You can see the fear starting to come into its eyes. Its actions are becoming more and more frenzied and frantic. Bloody froth is like spitting out from its maw, and it seems to be petrified.
Is the end of her turn.
Bone Ripper's going to try and strike at. It would definitely probably be striking at Kane. So Kane's going to. Doesn't have disadvantage anymore. It's just normal now. Nope. The first strike is glances to the side. Again, the golden shield seems to be keeping most of these attacks at bay. And it strikes out one more time. Again, this individual, although he doesn't seem to strike very hard when he attacks, seems to be well versed in the arts of defensive warfare, keeping the attention of the people, individuals on him. Sort of, he looks over and he looks over. He says, "Still a little help, please." Well, he can't really do that until his turn. That's what he'll say on his turn. Aaron, your turn.
He shall move 5 feet to the right, seeing as the goat is a threat, and shall poke it with his dagger.
You're gonna hit Daisy?
No, the rat. He's using the
Oh.
goat as a source of distraction.
Got it. I was like,
If you wanted to use your card of inspiration to boost Aaron, you can as well, since he's under your control.
No, that's only on the first attack, and the second will come at advantage because that's the first attack with advantage with his dagger, and it ain't good. And his second attack, one more dagger as a bonus action. Yes, that shall hit. And I presume the goat is an ally.
Yep.
As as Baron makes 2 quick moves, missing with his favorite dagger, but quickly turning the other one around and stabbing the rat.
Yep. It does 3 plus 8, so it does 11 damage. How do you want this to look?
He shall take his offhand, the dagger in his offhand, and go under the dagger, going from the bottom of the chin of the rat to the back of the head. And then he shall quickly pull it and take a step back, so the rat does not follow him. And then he shall use the remaining of his 20 movement to move 5, 10, 15 into a good position to poke at this giant rat next turn. That's his turn.
Okay, brilliant. All right, so Kane. Kane is going to. You can't do that because they're all concentration spells. What other things do I have? Yeah, so he's going to he's just going to probably attack them, so he can't really do much else. I can't use that, I've used that already. He can't use... Well, there's a lot he can't do at the moment, because he's kind of... at the moment. But yeah, so he's going to... You know what he's... Yeah, you know what he's going to do? He's going to... He's going to burn a spell slot to cover his sword in Divine Fire. Using the action Divine Smite.
He can do that if he hits as well.
So he's going to try and hit first, and if he does, he's going to burn that spell slot to do some extra damage.
Yes.
So he's going to try and see. So does he have advantage from where you are?
Yep.
Yep, he does. Cool. So he's got advantage on this attack. And attack. Using this strike and trying to find advantage. I can't find it again. Oh, it's normal. Yeah, it comes up normal roll with advantage. That's damage. Where's the... Oh, I rolled damage by mistake. 1 second. Where is it? Sorry about that. That's my fault. Roll with advantage. So 17, that's a hit. That will do 7 damage. And then he, as he strikes, the sword suddenly bursts into radiance. And this licking tongue of almost reddish fire covers the blade. Makes a sound like a chainsaw. And the, sort of spins around his blade. And he gets to add, is it 2d6? To that, his actions... yeah, he has to add 2d8 extra radiant damage.
Yep.
Adding extra 10 damage. He carves a massive furrow into the creature's other blade. He's made a massive X on the chest. Reddish gold fire. Doing 17 damage. And the rat is now sort of teetering back and forth and back and forth. And he's sort of like kind of looks over to you and sort of like nods. Coup de grace.
So he shall firstly, as he cannot get in a currently much of an advantageous position, he shall move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, make quick movements, and the hammer on the opposite side of the rat shall come crashing down at it.
That's a hit.
Oof. Ooh, it is. Nice. As
How
it
do you want this to
bashes
look?
the hammer will spin around its handle and it will go for a wide swing, hitting the rat in its left side of its jaw, knocking it out for good.
Its head basically low. The skull just vaporizes, splatters into like the magic behind it almost like chars the head as it goes, bursting it into like a blackened ash. Fell the massive beast.
He shall move then back a few feet, and he will raise his hand again as the familiar radiant circle shall appear at the tip of his sword, another one under the other rat, as Sacred Flame shall be casted it. as the circle appears under it, shall it make it safe?
Awesome. So it's got. Sorry. Well, either way, it fails. Take 6 damage.
As the beam goes up, hits it, and hits it from the stomach. That's the end of the turn.
Okay. Irina is going to position herself sort of like in front of the man, the little gnome on the cart. Sort of like put her sword in between the rat herself. She will take a defensive stance. The assassin is going to probably strike out. Let me see. Roll 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, it'll strike at her. It's going to strike at her, and so she has resistance to all damage, and she can reaction to attack. So she has resistance this turn now. Okay, so he tries to strike her. Scimitar attack. I'm giving. Yep, it does it with a. With disadvantage, it got 2. It counted 2 critical hits. So it's gonna do 10 damage, which is half the 5. Actually, very good try on my part.
Oof.
That
is one hell of an attack.
It's gonna strike her again. With another critical hit!
Yeah!
How am I? What?
Roll damage.
Taking another 9 damage, Roger. 5 damage. Okay, if I roll another critical hit, this is gonna be crazy. I'm gonna hate myself because I won't get to use this in your games.
Not twain.
That's the first one. 21. She hits with the bite as well, doing 3 damage.
It says 7.
No, it's halved because it's piercing damage. So it's 4.
3 or 4. Which are you doing? Because it's
4 damage. I always round up. So
that gives us more Positive than negative. Not
So
in my case.
let's just go. Okay. This will be really bad. She is not a were-rat now. There'll be another quest for you. Don't let Arena turn into a were-rat. Okay, so that was her turn. I'm really glad that I managed to roll. I'm glad I took the defensive stance. I think anything else would have been nasty. That turn. Timus is gonna go. Timus is gonna go. And just go. Hey, you leave my friend alone. Shoot like a fireball again. I want to see what burned rat smells like. That's a 18, so that is a hit. Doing 1 damage. He sets a little bit of the fur on fire. Okay, Daisy, it's your turn.
Dropping things. Alright. Last one. Clicking the wrong tools is fun. Alright. So Daisy is gonna use her movement to get here. And then she's gonna ram.
Oof.
That's a fail unless you want a card of inspiration, huh?
Advantage
Use her
is
card.
flanking or not?
She is flanking. Yep, she has advantage.
Where it went, I put it on the thing, and now it's not there, but it was a 6.
Okay, it's there. I can see it.
Oh, as long as you can see it, that's all that matters.
Okay, Eddie, stop crawling on me. What do you want? Sorry, my cat is, you can probably see, very excited for some reason.
You don't have your ham on.
Why? Why are you so happy? Sorry? What?
You don't have your ham on, I can't use the cost.
I'm on can. I'm on can.
Not me anyway.
I'm on roll 20.
Oh, sorry, it's not been showing for me.
Oh, okay. Well, that's because you've been showing it because you obviously turned off video for your character. Anyway, you have not been showing me. I've been doing all these wonderful reaction shots the entire time. My facial expressions.
I want to receive video only. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so if you do use it, that's a hit.
Okay. So then I roll damage.
Away.
Yeah, 8.
Okay, 8. Very nice. Okay. Slashing away, gets slightly singed, and then you basically bash it with a goat. This rat is looking very scared at the moment. KENARI, it's your turn now.
Okay. KENARI will knock an arrow, and her hunter's mark changes to this person.
Yep, bonus action. Over to him.
Okay.
Hit. Damage. Okay, the arrow lances out. The arrow lances out of nowhere. The little sort of the normal, sort of like the normal dark sort of radiance which comes around the arrow, sort of like when you hit with your hunter's mark. It seems very faded, but it still hits precisely. You know, it hits right between the shoulders. It stagger forward and sort of just whirl around, almost drunkenly waving his sword around. You see her waving her swords around. Perrin, your turn.
So he shall move a little upwards. He should turn his favorite dagger around and try to poke at this now completely cornered rat. Yes, advantage. Oof. His dagger of success.
That's a hit.
Dealing 8.
And?
No. 15 piercing damage.
Oh, sorry, it's showing up. I'll take it.
It's 8 plus 7. So 15 piercing damage. Is it 8 piercing plus 7 sneak? Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, I'm back.
Wait,
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I'm just checking that my. Yep, I'm back. Sorry, I got a bit of an interruption. So I pressed my airplane mode button instead of the delete
Oh.
button, and so I went offline for a second there. Yeah, it squeals with pain as you stab it in a vital spot.
Hmm.
She shrieks with anguish.
But it's not dead yet.
It's not dead, but it's looking very close to it. Very much. It's
As he
definitely.
shall. Okay, then as he shall use his bonus action to turn the other dagger in his grip, and he shall stab it right again. 25, presume hits. As
That
he
hits.
stabs it for another 5 points of piercing damage.
No, he stabbed it for 1 point of damage because you don't get to add the bonus on offhand strike.
Oof, yes, forgot.
So it's just the 1 point of damage.
1 point of piercing damage. He pokes it lightly.
A small shaving cut appears. If that had killed the rat, I would have been very excited, but unfortunately it didn't.
End of turn. Then he cannot do more.
Kane is going to just do a regular strike. He's sort of sees you all around. He's like, he sort of notices Arena, and he's like, oh, thank goodness you came when you did. And he strikes again with his sword. Has advantage. Roll. So it hits and does 6 points of damage. Okay. The 6 points of damage again. A pretty decent cut, but the rat's still staggering around, almost just teetering back and forth. Can't escape. It's looking panicked around everywhere, foaming at the mouth, scrabbling at each of you, trying to get away. Your turn, ZARRIEL.
So, with all this happening, he should move a step forward. With his his weapon in hand, and he shall strike, this time without any magic imbued within the weapon. I do not have a setup. Booming blade it is then.
Okay. That's a hit.
Slashing through the rat for 7.
Okay. Rat falls to one knee. Staggering as weakly it looks up at you all.
Rest from where you came, as he mimics with his hand the movements, a few movements as the hammer spins from downwards upwards and goes for a swing on the rat. 19?
Yep.
As it bashes, as it comes from up,
How do you
bashing.
want this to look? How would you like this to look?
Basically spinning from up as if using a hammer on a carnival game. You know how you overswing? The same, but without the person swinging, only the hammer spinning in midair.
Okay, the rat is smashed to the ground, its body crushed. Final blow, and is over. Okay. The man who has been fighting, who was fighting alone when you arrived, sort of steps back and sheaths his sword. He looks over he looks at all of you, and then looks over to the cart where the gnomish man seems to be. Irina. It's okay, Chris. Seems that we are among friends. I think I recognize the young lady. Please forgive my rudeness. May I introduce myself? My name is Cain Severicus, and I am a member of the. I am a member of an order of warriors. Wandering order, if you will. I was told to make my way to Barovia to meet with the Baron Kolyanovich and assist him in escorting his daughter to Wallachia. I see that he has already found worthy allies for himself. I have not met you, of course, my lady, but he sort of bows to Irina. Please allow me and my blade to be at your service. Thank you for your aid. Sort of strikes a pose. It's not like a. It looks. It's not like a like a arrogant pose, but almost like the this sort of the humble warrior sort of look. He sort of like she sort of gestures to you and says, "I am in your debt."
KENARI, as Daisy comes trotting back up, like lowers down to like pet. Good goat. I have something in my throat. No. Oh, that hurt. Okay, hold on. I'm just like, good goat. And just like petting Daisy and like praising Daisy and like rubbing her ears.
Attaches his weapon to his belt and reaches out a hand towards him. Well met. I'm sure we'll get along.
Cain takes your hands and sort of shakes it with a strong grip.
If you are so keen on escorting the daughter of the Burgomaster, you are well in luck. And he nods towards Irina. This is her, in flesh and blood. Then my name is ZARRIEL, and these are my companions. And as you've said, with now knowing the name of the man whose ass we saved, I think we are ready to continue. How did you manage to get yourself in this situation?
Well, you see, as I was heading from the Seer Falls, I came across this gnomishman. He was making his way to Barovia, or at least and I felt it was my duty to escort him there. Without any protection along this road, as you can see, it is quite a dangerous place. And I did not feel that I could leave him without any protection in the wilderness. Though he assured me he was quite a capable magician, I felt it was probably best that we traveled alone. That's what slowed me, you see. I had to wait. For half a day so that we could properly prepare. So big stuff.
KENARI mumbles in Draconic.
Oh, really? What do you say?
She's literally just like, what is with all these people and putting off their missions to get involved in other people's problems? What the hell is wrong with them?
So as you sort of like saying all this,
Because she doesn't have an accent, because she speaks Draconic.
The gnomishman pokes his head out of the top and he goes, "No, child, there is never anything wrong. It is in fact the greatest gift one can give is that of the self."
She's gonna go back to common. She's not comfortable with him knowing that. And just kind of stand up and just go, where I am from, you don't do that without getting something in return. Sticking your neck out is a
Shame.
sign of showing off in bravado.
Well, I am sorry that you can't place. Perhaps it is the duty of one such as yourself to bring a new way of doing things into being.
Our traditions stand for a reason. And I have no
Traditions can
intention-
stagnate. Traditions are important, but they can become warped over time.
Our traditions are not warped. I would be careful going forward about what you say about my people.
Oh, I know about traditions, my girl. I know about traditions. We should talk further on this. I haven't had a debate for quite a while.
Is this man a halfling or a gnome?
No.
How heavy does he look?
He looks relatively light. He looks like quite a frail old gnome.
Does he have rabbi?
He's wearing long furs, like he's wearing like a long sort of furish, sort of fur robes that surround him.
Azaro simply looks towards KENARI. And this is a question to the DM. Do you mind writing down the guy's name, as I cannot for the life of me clearly remember it?
Do you mean the paladin
Yes.
or the other? The paladin. The paladin's name is Kane.
Oh, okay. Oh,
his-
that's that way spelled. Okay.
Yep. His full name is. Here we go. Yep.
So,
The other one's name is the gnome's name. You heard him. You heard Kane call him Chris.
Zaro turns towards KENARI. Mind putting the letter one with the rest of the bags?
So Kane. Sorry, Nick looks over at you. And sorry. Not Nick. You're Nick. Kane looks over and he goes, "With the rest of the bags, these are his possessions. We were being pulled by several unusual creatures I have never seen before. We were being pulled along by them, and but it seems that in the struggle they flew from the scene."
Zara just grabs the bridge of his nose. Does this respectable gentleman perform?
Sorry, say that again.
Does this respectful gentleman pay you in any way, shape, or form, Kane?
I just lost you, Nick.
He's asking if the gnome pays Kane.
The gnome, the gnome looks at you. This gentleman can talk for himself, young man. I did not pay this person, this knight Kane, for his escort. He was traveling my way, and so he offered his protection. I, in return, regaled him with stories of times past. And it's a little I can do, a little I can give. But I do my best. May I ask something of you all?
No.
I promise it will
Fine.
not inconvenience you.
We are already dealing with court mission if you're asking for us
Oh,
to
no,
finish
no.
escorting you.
No, I
Hear
do.
him, don't just deny him. It's
I don't
easier.
need to. I don't need to be escorted all the way. I'm close enough to Barovia as it is. I think I can make the rest of the way myself. But I do thank you for that offer, though, child.
She lets out a little low growl at Zariel, like, don't push it. I'm already on edge, man.
But as you can see, night is falling, and it's starting to get. Night falls early in Barovia, so it's starting to get dark. You know, it's not like winter darkness. It's like 4 o'clock or something in the afternoon, and it's starting to get dark. Night is starting to fall in on us, and I could use some respite before my journey. May I ask that while myself and my friend here retrieve my animals, to help pull my cart, that you could possibly just guard it while you rest this evening. Will be on my way in the morning. I promise I will not inconvenience you any further than that.
Do we mind?
I
You're
promise
welcome.
it will be worth your while.
We'll have to make camp anyway. And since we
We-
cleared out all the stuff from this area here now, we may as well.
Well, we may be the ones that we may not be as noble as our friend over here, so we might request something of you in guarding your cart. What do you have to offer?
Well, I have good food and wine and good stories to tell.
Methods.
I don't know where that voice came from. Nowhere.
Don't
Um,
get lost.
I have good
and
story. I have good stories to tell, and you never know. I might have some information also that I have traveled this land for many years that might be of useful to you. But an
Don't
old
get-
man like me needs assistance once in a while, and so I hope that if you would just give me this one kindness, that I can then pay it forward to others later on, if I survive the night.
and pay on your and he grabs him by the by the coat. Let the light guide you, as he casts light on his coat as he lights up.
Oh, what a parlor trick!
Don't you trip and die all of a sudden. Let's set up camp here. Can you hunt, KENARI?
I can. Are you asking me to hunt?
No, I'm not
Well,
sure if
you're
we
a
have.
ranger. You can do what you need to do.
I'm not sure if we have enough rations with me. I have, and he looks throughout his bag. I have 9 rations left in my bag.
I guess I'll go hunting. You. Me. Stay.
He's like looking around at all of you, saying, "I knew you all had good hearts. We shall stay here tonight and protect you, Chris."
Her
And in the
tail
morning,
is like
there you go.
lashing behind her, like angrily as she like walks off to go hunting.
ZARRIEL will gather a little bit of wood and make campfire using whatever standard and maybe magical means necessary to make a suitable campfire, gather enough wood, and make everything set up basically for when KENARI gets here with the food.
All right. All right. So, let me just. Yeah. Find a better sound here. Dragon Quest. You know.
Nice.
Is this it? Yep, that'll do. So, here we go. Okay, so as sort of night falls in, Kane is off in the forest. He's sort of out there looking for the animals that looked after that Paul Critters carved. You're all sort of surrounding a big campfire that Perrin has very kindly helped for you, and have enjoyed a meal of the bounty of the land. It's poor fare, maybe a few stringy rabbits, some which Timus sort of takes and chops up and turns into a stew, along with several wild herbs and roots that he finds. All in all, it's not a bad night. Chris has been sitting on his cart most of the time, just watching it. Every now and then he'll sort of intervene and say a comment here and there. But for the most part, he seems to sort of rummage through his packages, sit on the edge of his cart, and just watch, seeming to enjoy the quiet camaraderie of your group. As the fire starts to dip low, he sits and he sort of sits forward and shuffles close towards the fire, pulling his large furs around him, swaddled. Basically, it's just a swaddled fur lump, sort of sitting by the fire, surrounding, sort of close to each of you, and he sort of he turns to you and says, "A kindness you have done for me today. I wish to tell you. I wish to share something in return. This land, this poor forsaken land, was once a place of great beauty. You may not imagine it, but long-lived races like myself, we remember a time when this place was a wild, beautiful, beautiful land, just teeming with life, teeming with natural vitality. It's sad what has happened to this place recently, and what has happened to the outside world. Dark forces come from every direction, and we have very little with which to fight back. Civilization survives, but many of the old traditions, ideas and thoughts and beliefs, they have all started to fade with the appearance of the gods and those that were their servants. My time on this earth will be short, I fear. It has taken all that I have to remain in this plane for as long as I have. Only a speck of what I once was remains. But I see in all of you a goodness that might bring to this land a source of hope. And it does me good to look upon your faces, and I wish to help where I can. I have something for each of you, though it will take what little I have left to bequeath it. And he sort of says, he turns to you, ZARRIEL, and he says, Can you please do me a great favor? There is a large parcel at the back. A large parcel, and it sits at the back of my cart. If you could bring it forth to me, I would be most grateful. I find that the strength in my legs has disappeared.
Who is around? Did KENARI come back? You cut out on a few times.
Yeah, this is sort of like you're all sort of around at this point. So Timus, KENARI, ZARRIEL, you're all back, and you're sort of eaten and sort of like sitting by the fire.
So ZARRIEL gets up and goes to the back of the cart, finding the biggest parcel he can.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Not met many good-natured old people giving out stuff for free lately, so to say
It's what I do, boy. Or what I did.
pessimistic is lightly put.
So damaged by your previous experiences, you will learn to trust again and learn to love again. I promise you this. There is time, and there is yet goodness in the world. He sort of reaches into the parcel and he sort of starts to open it. Inside of the parcel is a large sack. It is a faded, torn, deep sort of... At one point it must have been a deep velvet red, but the pack itself is just this hole showing, although it changed its shape, it still seems to be full, even though the holes show emptiness within.
Okay.
He reaches forward and he says, I see. Yes, this one might come in handy. Sort of pulls out a parcel. He takes it out and he passes it over to you, KENARI.
Okay.
This, I feel, will be helpful to you in times to come. Temper your rage slightly, and assist you in smiting those who deserve it. You are not as gruff as you seem.
She's gonna roll insight on this guy. She does not like that he said those words.
Yep, roll insight. He seems genuine. You can also see, looking at him, that he seems thinner than he was earlier, more wasted, more tired. Large bags have appeared under his eyes. His chipper nature earlier seems to have vanished and left behind is like a sort of sad melancholy. He sort of looks at you all and he says, I understand this world is a scary place. And good things don't happen very often. Let me introduce myself. My name is Chris. People used to call me Santa Claus. I was a servant. A diva, you might have called me. I used to work for one of the gods, and in their destruction, my own abilities have faded over time. I've traveled around this land trying to do what good I could, but the darkness swells in greater every year, and there's little that I can do. These items I give to you are a boon, a gift from one who must pass from this realm and pass from memory. He
Do I know who
reaches into
Santa
the
Claus
pack.
is, DM?
Sorry?
Would I know what person is after he introduces himself? Given my background.
None of you probably would have heard of him before. I mean, 300 years ago when the gods were shattered, many of the traditions and ideas and the texts all vanished from the world.
Okay.
Do I get a tingling when he mentions he's a diva?
Yes. I mean, you are connected with the forces of a diva themselves. You probably, I wouldn't say that you get like an insight or anything. You probably get a feeling that the name does not cause alarm.
Mm-hmm.
That he gives out does not cause alarm.
Okay.
He reaches forward into the pack again, and he passes a small parcel over to Timothy. This may give you more variety in how you approach things. Maybe a few laughs on the way. You are worried about yourself, but do not worry. For you shall always remain the kernel of who you are. He then takes the last package and he gives it to you.
Sarah takes it.
This package took me a long time to gather it. Many hundreds of years. It's all that's left of her presence in this land. My mistress was. Not to me, of course. She was not my. But I did work with those who worked with her. good and bad, and nice. It's not so different, really. So I'm going to pass you now the 3 things that he gives to you. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Nari. So. Nari. No. Edit. Put in KENARI's journal. Changes. Okay. It.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm giving you your parcels. They're in your journals now.
Okay.
I'm just going to do it. I need to explain yours in a minute, Nick. 1 second.
No.
Real. There we go. Why did that not work? Okay, sorry, my fault. Nick's journal. Okay. Right. Okay. So you can open your parcels now.
Zara waits and looks around. So who goes first?
KENARI will tear hers open.
What do we see?
I'm trying to figure out where you put it. I don't.
It's
I
in
don't-
journal. There's a note. The red thing.
Oh. Got it. Oh. I have a magical axe. A half moon axe. Ooh.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
I'm not descriptive.
That's okay. So KENARI sort of pulls forward from the package a half moon axe, a dark. Instead of a steel blade, the blade is dark, covered with these jagged blue lines, and some sort of mineral that's been built into the actual blade of the axe. Okay. It's this is a magical weapon, Storm Claw. Okay, and it gives you certain abilities when you use it. You have to say a phrase in order to activate it. It has 3 charges. Okay, and so what you have to do then is you basically have to say the phrase there. Okay, Pesk Mirik in Draconic means Song of the Storm.
Ooh.
Okay. And when you do so, the axe will come alive with teeming energy of a captured storm. And for 1 minute, you can do, whenever you do a strike with Storm Claw, you can do an extra 1d8 lightning damage.
Oh.
Anyone who gets hit by it has to take a Constitution saving throw. If they fail, they get blasted up to 10 feet away from you. It has 3 charges, and it regains 1d4 charges every dawn.
Long rest, yeah.
Yeah.
So did it? I missed it. Does that do bonus damage except throw them off?
It depends. Like, you could blast them off a cliff.
Oh.
Or bash them into a wall, and then I'd say yes. So be strategic with how you use it. It will also level up with you. So it's basically like a little. It's not a real ancestral weapon, but it might become one day. It will. So when you reach level 5, the amount of damage will increase, and level 11, and then level 17. Okay. So Stormclaw is what you draw forth from there.
Evil
Yeah. You can open yours next if you want. I'll do Timus's
Zero,
after.
it takes one of his pair of daggers and quickly cuts it open, taking out a shard of what appears to be a stone shaped like 3 interlocking triangles. It looks, I would describe it, at least as I presume it, glowing a little and radiating a sizable amount of magic.
Chris looks over your hand, the remnants of a goddess. It was all I could find of her in this realm. And believe me, it has been my task to try and restore those to power who once protected us from the dark. Place it on your blade.
He takes out and tries to match the stone to it.
It locks into place. The missing piece that seemed to be absent from the weapon. The stone itself shimmers and warps and changes to match the rest of the hilt in color, but it fills in the gap on the hilt that you've been missing. This awards your blade 4 spiritual points.
Okay.
Okay, so you can upgrade your weapon.
Okay.
Your sword, which was dormant before, you can feel it start to come alive in your hands.
Okay. So, would leveling up grant any? Is a question I would like to ask.
If you level up, it will start to level up with you again. This is basically activated your spiritual weapon.
So it shall gain 1 point.
It's gaining 4 spiritual points right
Now and
one for each level that you previously had. So it's matching you in level now.
and it will continue to matching me level, correct?
Although you can gain extra spiritual points and lose them for your actions.
Okay then.
Okay? But this is jump starting your weapon.
We are currently at level 4. All normal restrictions apply, correct?
All normal restrictions, yeah.
Okay then.
Okay. Timus opens his package. Within there is a small sack, a small bag. Is red in color, and within it seems to be a number of patches around the bag. Chris turns and says, "What do you get the person who has everything, or has had everything? A little bit of fun, maybe, a little bit of variety. You never know what you'll pull from that, but it will always be of help to you." A bag of tricks. But it's a special one. It's not tan, it's not red, it's not rust, and it's not grey. It is red and green. And when he rolls it, he has to draw different. You can draw different items. 1 will get him a frosty snowman. 2 will get him a reindeer. 3 will get him a fox. 4 will get him a polar bear. 5 a penguin. 6 an ice nymph. 7 a festive treekin. And 8 a winter imp. All of which I'm going to make for him before the next time we play. But well, I don't know. It's a lot of ones I can just copy the stats over and just say, it's a reindeer. But yes, so he has a bag of tricks, a festive bag of tricks.
Okay.
Okay. And as you look up, away from your gifts, you see the figure of Chris is now very shrunken old. He seems to be fading and vanishing as you watch. His skin goes translucent. He becomes little more than an outline of himself, And then, in a sigh of icy wind, his form collapses. Only his fur is behind. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
Okay. Oof.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas, guys.
And to you too, and happy birthday once again. This is interesting, but I kind of fear of might not use I fear using them, as I do not know if leveling up grant another one.
It does. When you go up levels, you get one automatically. The only thing I will be giving to automatically to level up with you. The only thing that I would say is, if you do an act that would dishonor Mamina, for example, then I might punish you by taking a spirit.
Okay.
Or if you do extra actions that you would approve of, then I might award them to you earlier.
You did mention that she's a neutral deity, that I remember.
She is neutral, but she is still a goddess of...
Yep, and as I saw and I'm looked over Zariel's actions, I changed, and I think with it properly now reflects more his intentions. He's from chaotic good to lawful neutral.
Yep.
XP. How'd we do?
Is that fun?
XP.
XP.
Okay, so I can do that. I just gave them massive magical items and weapons. It's like, XP, please.
It does nothing if we cannot level up. They do nothing if we cannot level up. It is all for naught.
God, you guys. Okay.
We do appreciate though. Thank you. We
It's
do.
alright.
Thank you. I just suck at
Give me
getting
presents. Give me. Okay.
I suck at accepting gifts in real life, so when my character is already angsty and ragey, I automatically go back to that headspace of me at age 18 going, I don't want gifts.
Well, this was not anything to do with our world. This was just having a bit of fun.
I appreciate it.
If you want to, you can indulge me and just say the DM was being a nut and giving it to us this way instead of in a treasure chest. Okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay, so I'm a little bit earlier than otherwise. So so it's, I just need to calculate it. It took me 2 seconds because there actually weren't very many models and many people there. So it's um, 614 experience.
Ooh.
614.
614. What's that? I don't know.
So we should be at 3,794.
We're not. We're gonna go straight.
Turn to page 394.
Oh, holiday break. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we're probably because it's 2 weeks. Where are we in 2 weeks' time? We are on the 3rd.
The 3rd of November.
The second.
I'm assuming everybody will be recovered from the holiday binge drinking by that point.
The 2nd of January. So 2 weeks from now would be the 2nd of January. Otherwise, it's the 9th.
Oh yeah,
2nd of January. Do we still feel up for a game that day, or are we going to leave it?
I'd say check in the week. I'd say check in the week of, just
Okay.
to see. Maybe
So we
even
can't-
day of as a double check.
Okay, so I can't verify just yet, guys, if we're going to be on, because it will probably depend upon the holiday and what we all get up to. I don't want it to be a month if we can help it, but if we can, maybe we can do something and So I don't know. We'll figure out another time we can't do it that day. Because I am on holiday, so we actually have some more free time now. Okay, guys. So thank you much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this session. I got a little bit into the gift giving spirit. Sorry if any of that was uncomfortable for anyone with the sad story of Sinterklaas. By the way, the animals that went missing were flying reindeer.
I
They
figured.
flew away. See, they flew away from the scene. That's why Kane is up in the trees looking for them. Okay, so it's been absolutely beautiful, guys, playing with you today. Thank you so much. I really, really did enjoy myself. I hope you did too. I'm going to go to bed so I can enjoy my birthday today. And I have to say a few thank you to a few people. So I need to come out the list.
I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys later.
gonna show you-
Bye.
yeah. We can say thank you to our Patreons and to our supporters. So, first of all, can I say thank you to Base Operations, also known as Will. He's absolutely been absolutely fantastic. He's a lovely guy, and he does some great commission work. So please look in on him. He's on Instagram as well as on. Is he on Instagram? He's on Instagram, yeah, as well as on other social media such as Discord. We have Gavin Cliff, also Plutonium OD, who is an absolutely wonderful guy again, lovely supporter of the channel. Does some fantastic work. He's part of the Angels Purification campaign. If you're interested in that, check him out on Twitter. He's everywhere. He's absolutely brilliant. We also have Kevin, Callum, one of our previous players, who can't be with us right now. We miss you, Callum. Hope you're having an amazing holiday. Thank you so much for continuing your support. It means a lot. We also have It's Just with us today, unfortunately, but hopefully I did Timus did him well and played him the way you would have played him. You guys are absolutely brilliant patrons, and again, thank you again, Xander, It's Just Bob, for continuing with that. We also want to say thank you very much to our Twitch subscribers. At the moment, that is Plutonium OD again, Gavin, who is absolutely brilliant, and we love it when you come in to see us. Coming in to speak to us on the chat if you can, and hope you all have an absolutely amazing holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, have an amazing Christmas. If you're celebrating Hanukkah, have a fantastic Hanukkah. If you celebrate any other holiday during this time, then please have a wonderful holiday. Look after yourself. Stay safe. And remember, 2020 is almost over. It's going to get better soon. Okay? Here's hoping. All right. Love to you all. Bye.
Bye.